Okay. Oops, we're frozen. Yeah, we're checking it. Okay. So the main theme of today is, hold on. If you're playing the Google Doodles, wait. Please and thank you. Let's talk about Monday and this week. We did the entry task already. This week's theme is just like last week's. Hold on. I can still hear people talking. Wait a second. Thank you. This week's theme is just like last week's, where we're completing project number 2, except I'm here the whole time. So you won't be working by yourself, because I'll be able to help you. But the main thing I want to do today is see what questions people are having, if you have any. And then on the block days, I can get you those specific answers. So it's kind of a big one-on-one check-in. It's going to take me a minute to get to everybody. But that's what you're going to see in the daily tasks right here. You have your regular entry and exits. Then you have my check-in. And then you have work time on project number 2. Okay? Your objectives for today and for this week are to complete project number 2 by the deadline. As a reminder, that is this Thursday, the 19th. And I want to emphasize that there are no stupid questions, none at all in this classroom. Okay. The whole point of taking a class is to learn about it, right? Duh. But a lot of the times, what I found when I was a student was I was afraid to ask questions because I felt like I was supposed to know it already, or I didn't want to admit that I wasn't getting it, or whatever XY reason you might be thinking right now why you don't ask questions in class. I want to emphasize that I firmly believe that there are no such thing as a stupid question. Okay? You are trying something you've never tried before, or you're trying it in ways you're not used to. You're going to have questions. It's normal. All right? And it's literally my job to get you answers to those questions. Okay? Among many other things. So what I want you to understand today is one of your objectives is to ask for help. Ask it from me, ask it from your nearby neighbors, ask it from Jake or Miss Cameron, ask it from the people whose job it is to help y'all, right? And it is your job as classmates to help each other out. Keep that in mind too. So remember that there are no such thing as a stupid question in my classroom. Your assignments, as a reminder, project number 2 is due this Thursday, and the methods of completing it are persevering through the issues. I told this to 4th period. There's a lot of things that sometimes you just got to do. You're going to know that. You're going to know that from other classes. Sometimes it's just stuff you got to do. In adult life as well. There's just stuff you got to do. And get help from your nearby neighbors or from me. We're all a team in here, right? With the same goal. You know you're getting what I'm teaching you thus far with this project, with this unit, because you understand how these multi-page websites come together. You understand how sectioning can happen. It's why it's important. You don't have to be an expert on it, but you understand how it works. And like I mentioned last week with some of the Wikipedia stuff, you understand how layout is going to influence your information transfer. Putting the most important stuff at the top and then working your way down to the more specific or more niche type info. Okay? You know you're applying what you're learning from this project because you have multiple linked pages together. You have your most important information at the top. This is something called the inverted pyramid, which you can use in your English or social studies classes to convey your information. I've added a link to the PowerPoint here. And you have your own kind of personal flair in how you're styling these web pages. They can be very simple. They can be very detailed, very colorful, very animated, or they can be straight black and white, straight presenting the information. That's your personal touch. And that's the cool part about this class. Real quick, not a lot of people would consider coding an art form. I definitely do. And you should, if you want to as well, you totally have that option. I recommend you do because you're putting your own personal flair on a lot of the things that you're doing in here. Okay? And we'll get to the why and the exit task a little bit later. So what I want to do now is go around the room, or Jake and Miss Cameron can help me as well, just kind of collecting what questions you have at the moment. I can't guarantee a detailed answer right now. I just want to see where everybody's at, because I haven't seen y'all in a couple days. 4th period was in a great spot. They had easy questions to answer, so we have, it seems like things went pretty smoothly while I was away, which I thank y'all for that. But I want to hear it from y'all where you're at with project 2. Okay? So, show me on your thumbs, upside or down, how you're feeling about project 2 currently. It's okay. I just want kind of gauging where we're at. Okay, that's fine. All right, so Jake and Miss Cameron, if you guys want to help me just like collect questions, that way we can actually get to everybody. Okay, so then, yeah, I'll address, or we can address these questions during your block day tomorrow. Oh, quick reminder, tomorrow we have our Tolo assembly, so it's a business day. You'll stay in your first period class for that. Wednesday's a normal flex with teacher offerings, so you want to make sure you pick your flex for then. Project number 2 is due on Thursday, and then Friday we're just doing Minecraft again because y'all have worked really, really hard these last 2 weeks. So that's what we're doing on Friday. You have that to look forward to. Okay, we're going to start collecting questions. We'll answer the questions more detailedly, I don't know if that's a word, on your block day, and that's our Monday. And we'll go over the why and the exit tasks towards the end of the period. Okay, thank you all for listening. We'll be around shortly. So, why are we doing things that are very repetitive? You might be asking, because we've been doing the same type of things over and over and over again, right? The main reason I'm having you do this is A, that's how the web design process works. So should you decide you want to do this for a career or for a hobby, or you just want to make some extra cash over the summer, know that you're going to need to be doing a lot of things over and over and over again, like sculpting. How many of y'all have seen Surf's Up? Nobody? Nobody's seen Surf's Up? It's like one of my favorite movies. Anyways, there's a scene where they're carving surfboards, and it takes forever to get to the right kind of surfboard. Think about this web design like that, okay? All of this is to say, when you continuously practice something like a muscle, it gets stronger, okay? Continuously using your brain makes it snappier. Continuously using your different muscles makes them stronger. Continuously using your lungs makes your breath endurance, I don't know what the technical term is, longer, right? These type of things are applicable to all different ways that humans learn. We as humans, right? So the continued practice, the over and over and over again, while it does get kind of annoying and it does get kind of old sometimes, it does help you strengthen your web design muscles. I've definitely iterated. I don't want you to memorize every single HTML tag ever. You're going to be using probably 10% of them 90% of your web design time, okay? The other 90%, I want you to know how to look up and work and then troubleshoot when they're not working, okay? That is where the muscle part comes into play, okay? So that's why we're doing this so formulaically, so over and over and over again, because it's the same way every time. Another reason that I have you do this project is because it takes your current knowledge about something like Bloons Tower Defense or Dark Souls or Neymar or etc., whatever you're writing your wikis about, One Piece, and allows you to apply what I've taught you or what we've talked about in class in a new and interesting way. Okay? You're taking your existing knowledge, combining it with what you're practicing in class to get something new. Again, practice it or working out your brain as much as you can. Okay? You also get to communicate. You're putting your specific voice into your Wikipedia page. You're writing it how you would want it to be read. You're translating your specific vision into this project, right? And by extension, you're also expressing yourself in your specific way. I don't think I mentioned this in this period yet, but a lot of people might not consider web dev to be an art form. I definitely do, because it is you putting your specific vision, your specific tone, your specific wording, the way you pick your pictures, right? All of those are artistic choices, and they're expressed through what you are doing in this course or in these projects or whatever. So this is bigger than just completing it for a grade. Keep that in mind. Anyway, got about 2 minutes left here. For your exit task, I want to know which sub was the least helpful last week. Why do you think so? Again, I'm not sharing this with the subs. I just want to know for if I have to be absent in the future, if there were good subs that you guys liked and everybody got along with that were helpful, I'll definitely invite them back over subs that weren't as helpful. Okay? I'm going to check for completion of that at 1 o'clock because it's a quick one. If you can't remember the sub's name, you can say the day that you remember the sub being not the most helpful. But I'm just curious. Again,